Good afternoon, Bay Nation. Welcome to another episode of Fantasy Bay. I'm your host, Mike Williams, and my co-host here, Jeffrey.
Good afternoon, Bay Nation.
Today, we're going to be going over the Thursday night matchup. The Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Miami Dolphins. This should be an interesting one. I have not told you this yet, but yesterday was my birthday. No need for fireworks, everybody. Everybody calm down. Yes, my 30th birthday, the big 3-0. Oh, man, I feel 30 years young. Feel like I'm excited about this new chapter I'm about to go on, or I'm currently on with you, Bay Nation and Fantasy Bay, and see what we can do with this. All right, without further interruption, let's get down to the United States, Jeffrey, and check out where they're going to be playing.
Happy birthday, sir. I hope you enjoyed it. I will take us up to the United States view now.
All right, like I said earlier, this is a Week 3 matchup. Dolphins versus the Jaguars at Jacksonville Stadium. I don't want to linger here too long. Jeffrey, how far is that Jacksonville from Miami?
340 miles, sir.
Oh, wow. And how long does that take in an airplane?
Approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's not far at all. Nice. Awesome. Don't have to worry about any layover. That's super quick. All right, let's get down to check out the Jacksonville Jaguars Stadium.
I'm on it, sir. Here we go.
All right, we're approaching Bank Field now. I want to talk to you a little bit about how these teams are doing so far. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 1-0 after they defeated the Colts in the first week and lost to the Tennessee Titans in a nail-biter last week. And Miami Dolphins, they are 0-2 so far. They got beat up by the New England Patriots. It was actually not too bad of a game, only 10-point deficit, and they had a really close one with the Buffalo Bills. They need to get a win here if they plan on doing anything with this season, because their next matchup, Seattle and San Francisco. All right. Now let's start talking about these teams. All right, we're going to start off with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Starting at quarterback, we have Gardner Minshew. Running backs, we have James Robinson and Chris Thompson. Wide receivers, we have DJ Chark, Laviska Shenault Jr. I hope I'm saying that right. Next, we have Keenan Cole. And that's pretty much it for the relevant starting wide receivers. There's some other people that are going to get some work, but they're not really involved as of right now enough to put in your lineup or even think about rostering. And then we have Tyler Eifert, which you're probably also not rostering. All right, let's go to who I think we should start today. For starters, I have Gardner Minshew and James Robinson. I have Laviska as a flex, mainly because DJ Chark is not going to be playing in this game. DJ Chark is out, so if he is in your lineup, make sure you get him out of there. Also, reminder, if you do play anyone in this game, make sure they are not in your flex position. Make sure they are in your wide receiver or running back position, because you want the versatility of if something happens later on that you can play multiple types of positions in that flex spot. Just a reminder. And I think that's going to do it for my starters. Keenan Cole could be fine, but I think that he would be a flex play at best, and I'm not really trying to play any of the other people. All right, that's going to do it for Jacksonville. Let's move over to Miami. Miami! All right, let's go over the Miami Dolphins roster. Starting quarterback, you got Ryan Fitzpatrick. Running backs, you have Jordan Howard, Matt Breida, and Myles Gaskin, who is actually probably the best running back as of right now on the team. The other two are meh at best at the moment, which is kind of surprising because the way that the team went after Jordan Howard and traded for Matt Breida, you assume that they would be involved in the offense, but it's not looking like they have a major role. Jordan Howard's going to get involved down near the goal line, but I expected him to have more work. All right, next we have the wide receiver position. You have Devontae Parker, who was previously injured, but looks like he's going to come into the game and give it a go. I don't think he's 100%, but I think that he's going to be okay. Preston Williams is also another wide receiver to look out for, and probably one of the most fantasy relevant players at the moment. Mike Gesicki, their tight end, played amazing last week. He's very talented. I think he's going to have a great season moving forward. All right, let's get over to those starts and sits. Starters for Miami Dolphins. The only one that I'm really confident in is Mike Gesicki. I think that he should have a fine game, especially with Devontae Parker dinged up. I definitely think that Mike Gesicki is going to be one of those go-to type of tight ends, and I like that. Next, we have Devontae Parker and Myles Gaskin. I think that you can start both of these people as a flex play. I think moving forward, when Devontae gets a little more healthy, I think that we can start him more as a starter, but as of right now, I think that he is reserved for flex play type activities. That's not to say to put him in your flex. Revert back to the earlier messages. Do not put them in your flex. Thursday night players go in the actual wide receiver or running back slots, not your flex. You want that flexibility. All right, and I don't think I'm starting anybody else from this team, so I think it's time to make that pick 'em. All right, it's time to pick the game. This is a close one. So the spread for this game is -2.5. Jacksonville, most likely because they're at home. See, DJ Chark being out actually makes this an interesting pick because I probably would have gone with Jacksonville handily in this game. But it was impressive to see what Miami could do against the Bills. That being said, I think that Gardner Minshew is going to come out firing. Decisions. The young buck versus the old journeyman. Ryan Fitzmagic. Will the magic be here today? I'm not feeling the magic. I think that this will be a close game, but I think Jacksonville wins it by a field goal. Even without DJ Chark, I still think that Gardner Minshew can get it done. He's been on a roll, and I think that roll continues. All right, Jeffrey, do you have anything that you want to discuss about this game?
It is amazing how fantasy football can make games that do not have contending teams interesting. The odds that either of these teams go to the Super Bowl or even make the playoff are very low. Yet here we are breaking down their fantasy value. Very fascinating.
What can I say, Jeffrey? That's fantasy football. That's one of the reasons why we love it. It takes the most irrelevant teams and it makes it relevant because you could be playing one of these players. I think that that's one of the things that makes me so excited about fantasy football. I love that watching any game becomes interesting because you can have skin in the game, and I love that. All right, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Good luck with your fantasy matchups. Don't forget to get those players out of your flex if you haven't heard me the other 2 times. And I'm out. Good luck. Peace.